like, oh, it'd be cool to be on soap, be cool to be on soap. And within that time that I got Days of Our Lives, I think I had tested for One Life to Live.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a week or two before, but it was back in New York, and I personally just didn't want to move back to New York.
Oh, okay.
I mean, once I was in LA, I was happy. I established my life in LA, and I love New York. It's just, it wasn't for me per se. I love it. I love visiting. I spent 2 years there when I first went. I didn't want to go back necessarily. I was happy in LA.
Yeah.
So I didn't take the opportunity to even go in or even do the test. I remember I was like, okay, well, maybe something good, maybe something over here on a soap will happen. And within, I think, 2 weeks, I ended up booking Days of Our Lives. So, but it initially was a recurring, and it ended up staying as a recurring the whole time. But, we had talked about coming consistently on the show, possible contract or something like that. And then they just kept bringing me back over, 2.5 years. I went back to Spring Winston, and again, playing kind of like this bad guy. So, but the thing I was so scared, man, because you're like, oh man, you mess up. If you mess up, what people don't get about soaps is what you're watching is basically one take.
Oh, I know, right.
Like, people don't realize that. They think, oh, they probably could just do it over because they think they just have all this time in the world just to do that. No, man. I think in the 2.5 years, I think I had fumbled maybe 2 or 3 times, and that's out of sheer fear. Like, I was just like, oh God, if I get, I was scared if I mess up, they'll fire me. I don't know, you name it. No, but this is the fear of soap situation. Because they're on a time. Boom, boom. It's a machine. Boom, 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 boom. And we would shoot 2-3 episodes in one day sometimes.
Yeah.
Now, when people don't put that in perspective, you want to know what that means? That means 180 pages a day, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, we shoot on a movie 3 to 6 pages in a day. We would shoot 180.
I know.
On a soap. So, hey, listen, man, if anybody thinks that it's cheesy, go try it. Because it's really difficult. But it taught me how to respect the time. It taught me to be prepared. It taught me to understand in a short time frame what this all means. And it also taught me the one thing that works for me as an actor, it doesn't always necessarily work for other people. I don't judge the lines.
Okay.
I never go in with a perspective of exactly how it's supposed to be done. Because on the moment, in the moment, just like right now, when I'm speaking to you, I don't know exactly what I'm going to say next. I don't know how your response is going to be to what I say next. If you predict how to say a line and expect you to respond a certain way, and you don't, that doesn't take you into your next delivery how you predicted it to be. So for me, I'm more of a spontaneity. I love on the moment, but in order to be able to do stuff like that, you have to understand all of it. So I don't judge the lines, and it helped me learn dialogue a lot quicker. But because when you overthink it all, it tries to lock into your brain a specific way, and we don't live life in a specific way. We live life from one second to the next. We don't know what's going to happen next.
Right.
So if you live within the performance, understanding that, for me, it helps me. So that helped me about soaps. The thing is, when I go back and watch it now, I'm thinking to myself, man, because I didn't know this before when I was doing it. I learned it as it went on. I'm like watching it, I'm like, oh God. And I see myself now, I'm a much different actor than I was then, but I didn't know that then. So I would say that taught me all of that to get to where I am now. So I have the utmost respect for anyone who's on a soap and who has had the opportunity to be on soap, because people don't realize that's one take, man. You might get 2, and that's it. That, if you're lucky.
Maybe. Right.
That is a huge maybe.
I know.
So utmost respect for soap actors.
I did. I dabbled in acting over the years. I here and there. I like being a producer and host, and not better. But I've done some stuff, and I have friends that do
okay.
Like,
I love it.
What's your part? So I did a movie with Vivica Fox last year, a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Called Second Chance at Christmas, and it was funny because my friend Gerald Webb, who was directing it, he goes, James, I wrote this part for you. You'll be a bad host. You'll be a bad host of a dance show. Okay, sure. He goes, very opposite of you, James. Very opposite of you. So you're gonna do it. He goes, I'll send you your sides. I said, now, Gerald, I haven't acted in like 4 or 5 years. I haven't really done anything. He's like, oh, you can do anything. You're James Lodge. You can do anything. He sent me 3 pages, and I was like, 3 pages? What am I gonna do? So I can't even imagine. I mean, I got to do it. Obviously, I did it.
Yeah, of course. I'm sure you're wonderful, man. I know what movie it is. I know what movie it is.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. But I'm thinking, but my thing is, folks who get 60 pages, 30 pages, and they have monologues that go on for 10 pages. I'm just like, I just bow to you. Okay, I have respect for you that my little 3 pages was enough. I don't even know what yeah. Good luck. I mean, that's
It's just like anything, dude. It's a muscle. It's like getting used to, speaking in ways that you weren't used to doing it before, and using what it means in your brain differently. I don't know. I mean, that's how I kind of worked it. And we'll get into real quick. If you want to get into purgatory, I'll tell you about my last show. So I'll tell you how I worked on that show. People thought I was crazy the way I did it, but that's all from soap training. It helped me learn to be confident. Because honestly, if you're gonna be confident in anything, one take, man. That's why I gotta people like even live hosting, like someone like Ryan Seacrest. I gotta give him credit right now. Ryan, I give you credit. You're a machine, and it's unbelievable. That's impressive. Like the way they do it, that's scary to me. So at least I know I have that chance to like change it.
Yeah.
Like being live, man, that's tough. Man.
I love live. I do a lot of live stuff, and
and utmost respect.
Yeah, I love it.
But people always just say to me, "You'd be really good at it because of the way you are." But I think I would now that I've learned myself. But before I was scared, to be judged. I'm not scared to be judged anymore. Right. You cannot be anyone successful in this business if you're going to worry on it. You'll end yourself before you start.
That's true. That's true. Before we go on to the next thing, I want to find out, anybody on the set of Days of Our Lives, do you remember that was really helpful to you? Any of the actors?
Everyone I worked with. Lindsey Hartley. James Scott, who I worked with a lot. Eric Martsoff.
Oh, Eric.
But your name's spelled with a C, buddy. Your name's
spelled with a C. I know. I'm good friends with Eric.
If for some reason he sees this, I want him to understand that. Your name's with a C, buddy. Mine's with a K. So even though you were the veteran on the soap and, I was the newcomer, you know what I mean?
Yes. We love Eric.
Your name's with a C. So anyway, Eric's great. Everybody, man. Everyone that I worked with that's been on there for a long time helped give me the confidence that I had. And Lindsey, I worked with Lindsey Hartley the most. But she had been so seasoned as a soap star.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, so I watched, she just was, the way she speaks too, just like, she was like a machine too, but in a very believable machine. And I was like, man, how's she doing that? Where I used to kind of break up my thoughts. I'd be like, da-da-da-da. And I had this voice a little bit, like a tone, like, oh, Ariana. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't even speak like that. And it was like I was playing this, because the kind of character I was playing. So I'm like, who is that guy?
Yeah, who's that?
So it helped me learn. I would say all of them were very, very helpful.
Very good.
The main ones that I worked with the most were Eric, James, Scott. I got to work. My first episodes were with John Aniston. You know what I mean? So that was really cool. I was pretty starstruck going, oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Steph, no, man.
Oh, yeah, Joe Muscolo, yeah.
Yeah. I got to threaten him a few times, and he's very intense, but also like, I'm at my finger in his face.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about me as an actor. I don't notice people's faces at all. And when I get to tell you, wait till I tell you about the new show.
Why am I
don't. You know what?
Why am I not surprised?
Listen, if I work with anybody out there, I'm not going to hit you. I mean, I've done that, and it's
I'll
not
get
cool.
Close, but I won't hit you.
But I definitely invade people's spaces. I have a funny story about Ron, but I don't know if I want to say it. But anyway, point is, I learned so much from just that. It helped me. Just the confidence, man.
Yeah.
Once you're confident, people see it. It's a different story.
Very cool.